Welcome back to Breakfast Central. Now we head to another story, a really sad one in our Ondo State. It's a story about the alleged gruesome murder of Monday Joseph, a tragedy that has left the community reeling with pain and anger and raising critical questions about justice, about security and accountability by security agencies. Monday Joseph's murder is not just another statistic. It's a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the urgent need for systemic change.
Well, let's tell you what we know. Monday Joseph was set to be out on the 30th of March to felicitate, I beg your pardon, with his fiancée during the Muslim celebration. That was all well and good until 5 p.m. when a man named Officer Lati and others entered the venue to abduct Joseph, that's Monday Joseph, and whisked him away to the Amotekun office. He was denied bail and was not tried in court. As we speak, information has it that Monday Joseph is dead since then. Well, joining us to shed light on this development is Ibukun Fasanmi, a legal practitioner. Ibukun, thank you so much for joining us here. As usual, we will try as much as possible to get the full detail of this story and what transpired. You've been following this very closely. We wouldn't mind if you help us by taking us through what really happened and breaking it down further, especially for the benefit of our viewers.
Thank you very much. Good morning thank you very much for having me. Good morning, viewers at home. Good. It's so sad that it happened. As of today, we are not so sure whether Monday Joseph is dead, because we are yet to have the death certificate. We are yet to have the official documents to that effect from Amotekun and also the Federal Medical Center award, where the corpse of Monday Joseph is allegedly deposited. But by and large, this is just one of the events that one must stand up to ensure that is not swept under the carpet. Right to life is guaranteed under the Constitution, and the life of Monday Joseph, as we speak, is not certain whether he is alive again. And the family has taken up this matter. We have equally also written to the Ondo State government. We have written to the Attorney General. We have written to the Assistant Inspector General of Police in Ondo State, 17. The Commissioner of Police is aware. All of them have all the acknowledgements with them. But we want justice. It is not in the place of anyone to unlawfully take the life of another. It's unconstitutional, and we will not sleep on it. Also, we must understand that this issue does not in any way try to paint Amotekun as an agency in a bad light. No, we just believe that in an institution where there are bad eggs, those ones must be flushed out, and the matter should be investigated. Particularly that the family must be properly compensated and adequately called to a meeting for them to talk about it. Because you can't take the life of the breadwinner. This Monday Joseph is the only son in that family and is a breadwinner. Others are sisters, and obviously they are all demanding for justice. They are crying for help, and that led to some of the letters we wrote, which I believe you have some of them with you. So the important thing is that Monday Joseph has been in their custody, and as we speak, there is no official statement whether he's dead or alive. But information of the grapevine has it that Monday Joseph is dead and has been deposited in the morgue.
Right, and I'm glad that you brought that up, because I was going to ask where the assumption or the perspective of Monday Joseph being dead came from, seeing as you're saying, there's no official death certificate to prove this. But the reports that we have as well document that a certain Officer Lati and his colleagues on the 30th of March whisked him away to the Amotekun office. Do we have video evidence? Were there people who testified to, give us this much information?
Yes. The whole thing happened in a broad daylight around 4:30. So people were there when it was apprehended, and they equally followed the officers of Amotekun to their office. On the second day, some of the family members equally visited, and they saw how he was tortured, chained, and beaten to stupor, all his body swollen and all of that. Even we heard that some part of his body were damaged or leg broken and all of that. But I believe that whichever way it is, at the point of getting the body or whatever, autopsy will show that actually probably was tortured to death or something. But the truth of the matter is that people saw it. There are video evidences. and there are people who equally saw him in the custody of Amotekun. The question of whether it was in Amotekun custody, it does not arise at all, because that is granted, it is taken. The question that is begging for answer is whether he's alive or dead, and if he's dead, they should come up with an official statement accepting their culpability in all of this.
Now, has there been any official response from the Amotekun Corps or division on this issue?
We are yet to get any official communication from both Amotekun, the Ondo State government, and even the Inspector General of Police. But I know that the Assistant Inspector General of Police had written to Amotekun to produce that officer. I doubt if they have complied yet.
And do we know why exactly Monday Joseph was taken by Amotekun in the first place? Was any reason or explanation provided?
Well, they will be in the best position to say that. But from our information, we gathered that it was like some people were given that task to take him out of the system.
Well, when you say some people and this information, where did you get this information from? And let's also make it clear to our viewers that we've also, on our own part, have tried to reach out to the Amotekun Corps right there in Owo. But we seem not to have been successful. But let's go back to the question. How are you certain that some people, when you say some people, who are these people?
Well, I must tell you that Monday also have friends and also family members. The set of issues happening or has been going through some issues lately for those who are conversant with Owo. So the issue of courtism and all of that are in, but there is an allegation against him, which of course I'm now aware of because one of the friends have told us, particularly some of the people who knew the officers of Amotekun that did this job. And he said that, well, it's not unconnected with the ongoing crisis in Owo, and that probably they have marked him to take him out of the system. So, and those persons are available to actually come on TV to talk.
We'll be glad to have them actually.
Here ready to come on TV, but I guess maybe today is not the day. We can always come back. The team family members are alive, the friends are alive. A lot of people are there to testify.
All right, we'll be glad to have them, speak to us. But again, just to push back a little and just to also mention that regardless of what it is, what the allegations may have been, there is no reason why an individual should be taken, tortured, and not given their day in court. But just to push back a little on the allegations by his family and friends that there was a planned and calculated attack to take him out. Were they inferring that he's been linked to the disturbances that have happened in Owo?
Well, as of today, I'm not aware of any link that has been made to him. But one thing I know is that arrest was made. And I think at the point on the second day when he was arrested, family members visited him and they said they met other people in custody. But it was only Monday that was chained and was thoroughly beaten. So the question of whether he has been linked, well, Amotekun, I believe they will come up to come and defend this if truly they have some defense to it. And whatever it is, it will be nice for us to have them so we can actually exchange one or two facts about this, whether they really have a right to take the life of another person, even in the process of interrogation, even in the process of investigation. Nigerian police, as powerful as it does not even have such power, talk less about Amotekun. So we must try to appraise the issues within the context of the law and the Constitution.
All right. So as we speak now, we seem to be in a limbo as to whether Monday Joseph is alive or dead. Let's get that clear, right?
Yes, officially.
Okay.
The sisters have visited the mosques. The sisters have visited all the mosques, and they were told that a middle-aged man was deposited in the by Amotekun officers. And also, some of the friends who are close to those Amotekun officers are equally confirmed from those people that yes, Monday Joseph has been killed, is dead. So, but the question is, those are speculative. I'm a lawyer. I should rely on documents, just like I have it here. So we are still waiting for official communication on the issue of whether Monday Joseph is alive or dead. And also, we are calling for investigation, thorough investigation. We are calling on the IGP, we are calling on the governor to look into this matter and wait before the international committee will come into it.
All right. Also speak to us about, the impact of Amotekun and their security strategy. How would you say they've operated so far? And would you say they've often operated within the ambit of the law? Well,
I must start by saying that Amotekun is a child of necessity. and by virtue of how it came about, Ondo State was besieged by a lot of insecurity when they came in. We cannot but acknowledge and commend Amotekun so far, because they have been doing some yeoman's job in terms of combing the bushes and ensuring that those terrorists and all of those people who go through the bushes and farmer either clashes have drastically reduced. But what I'm saying is that in an agency, there will be some bad heads. This situation that we have at times is just indicative of some bad heads in the system who have taken laws into their own hands, who have not even allowed the laws of Amotekun to guide them. Amotekun has a law, and these are the laws. Amotekun has a law, but obviously the person who did this is untrained, uncultured, and does not even know the tenets of what brought Amotekun to life. And I must tell you sincerely that without prejudice to the leadership of Amotekun, I have my respect for them. I have they've always been there. But the point is, this particular one, the Monday Joseph that is dead we are talking about, I've known him. He was my client when he was alive. So I know his capacity. But the question of a person now taking laws into his own hands, killing Joseph because of some unnecessary acrimony or discrepancies is uncalled for. It's unconstitutional. We cannot allow this to slide. And I must tell you sincerely that the issue of the death of Ondo Joseph will naturally bring to light some of the amalgams of the excesses of officers in uniform. And I must tell you, this one will be an example, because before we go to court, we are still going to ensure that some of these issues are tracked and we bring it to fore before we now make the next step. But as we stand and speak, Amotekun is doing their job. The good ones are fantastic. They are doing. Let me give it to their commandant. He's doing a very good job. And I must sincerely tell you that people have engaged him, and sincerely he condemned it. But the point is, we are waiting for official communication. So, I must say, Amotekun is a child of necessity. Is helping us in the forest, and that is what they are created to do, to go into the forest and comb the bushes and ensure that farmer-elder clashes are reduced to the barest minimum, if not totally. And also to go into those remote locations and villages where vehicles and motorcycles cannot even access. But the point of coming to town to turn themselves to a terror or tormentor must not be allowed. I believe the Constitution must reign supreme. This officer must answer this and be investigated.
Has there been any response from the state government, be it the Commissioner for Information and so on? Have you also been able to reach out to them?
The state government received our notice on the 4th of April. Today is 15th. I mean, today is...
yeah, today is 14th.
It's so, and we are yet to get any official communication from the state governor. We are yet to get from the secretary to the government of Ondo State. We are even yet to get from the Attorney General. All of these people have been put on notice on this issue, and we asked specifically for investigation, the commissioning of the officer, and also to ensure prosecution of all those who are culpable. Today, we are yet to get any official communication. So we are calling on the IGP to look into this matter for us.
All right.
Now, Mr. Fasanmi, just before we begin to wrap up on this conversation, what will be the next step for you as today is the beginning of a new week? Well,
as we speak, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG 017, is seized of the matter. Even the Commissioner of Police was put on notice. So I believe that today, an effort to be made to maybe re-invite them, because they were invited, they didn't come. I guess another reminder will be sent to them. And I know the police knows their work, they know what to do. In this circumstance, life is lost, and I know police, by virtue of Section 4 of their law and act, is empowered to investigate and ensure that this is brought to a conclusion and, if possible, prosecution. So I believe that today we have a meeting with the AIG. We are going to meet him, and also we will look into the matter again to know what next line of action would be.
All right. Thank you very much for...
Of course, the family may decide to go to court, or if they settle, so be it for them. But as we speak, we must get to the root of it.
All right. Thank you very much for championing the cause of Monday Joseph. We certainly believe that every Nigerian has the right to life, and regardless of what it is, they have a right to representation, to being heard, giving their day in court. Now, you did mention earlier that he's the provider, the breadwinner of his family. I'm sure that you've had personal interactions with his family members, with his friends. What are they saying about the impact of Monday Joseph's absence in their lives?
The family has been wailing. since that thing happened, as I speak with you, I do not have the benefit of this opportunity to call one of the sisters. They have been wailing. Some of them are around as I speak with you, because we have a meeting with the AIG this morning. So they have been wailing, they have been crying uncontrollably. There is nothing we have not done to console them. Even the family in Delta. Monday is a Delta resident in Owo. The family in Delta are wailing. They are even calling for crisis and all of that. The friends in Owo have staged protests to the King's Palace, to several places. But I'm only appealing to them that whatever it is, we should always follow the law. We should see whether we can actually get justice in this country. Some of them do no longer believe in Nigeria. They said we can't get justice. But I strongly believe that this matter will not be swept under the carpet. It's 2 weeks. This happened on the 30th and the 31st. Today is almost 2 weeks, and nobody's talking. It seems as if nothing happened. And that should not be. That is why I took it upon myself to at least ensure that whatever it is, we will call the necessary authorities to this issue, and we ensure that whatever it is, we must hear from them. They must take responsibility and bury the corpse.
All right, Mr. Fasanmi.
Once they bury the corpse, they don't, we will bring them out in a very big way.
Mr. Fasanmi, I mean, it shows in your passion that you truly want this case to be solved. But we would also try on our own end to reach out to the the Amotekun, of course, in Owo.
Yes, you can reach out to them, but please ensure you call when you reach out to them so they won't distort facts.
No problem, no problem. We'll do that. We need to, that's what we do. We're known to balance the stories any day, any time. But on your own end, we'll also like you to please, when we get back to you, hopefully in the next hour, we'd like to know if you could get either of the family members ready to talk to us live on Breakfast Central. That will be the next hour. Yeah, so we'll get back to you on the next hour. So please just get them ready for us, and we'd like to hear their own side of the story. Hopefully, we'll be able to gather more information that will prepare us to speak with the Amotekun Corps in Owo. Thank you for your time, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.